In this video, I'm going to reveal to you the secret system that PMU artists are using right now instead of posting on Instagram. So if you find that you're posting on social media, maybe even seeing some success from it, but find that it's just become a hassle or even overwhelming to need to post on there to get clients, then I'll be showing you a new way to get bookings consistently on autopilot. Okay, so my name is Steph, and I've been able to double PMU artist client bases using the exact same system that I'm about to show you. So yeah, with that being said, let's just get straight into the video. I don't want there to be any fluff. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay, so first off, I do just want to start the video by saying, you're a PMU artist and not a content creator. So, right now, if you are feeling overwhelmed or just frankly just tired of posting on Instagram or Facebook, maybe even if it is like working for you and you are seeing some results from it in terms of clients, because you're not only juggling, ideating actually like what to actually post and then obviously editing it a bit and then actually posting the content, but you're also doing a ton of other things. So like consultations, handling DMs, replying to all inquiries manually and maybe even sending treatment reminders, bookkeeping as well, and then family responsibilities, actually doing the treatments, and then this just goes on and on. But the fact is that you only really signed up to do one of those, the actual PMU treatments when you wanted to be a PMU artist. But now with like Instagram, you've had to become a part-time content creator as well, among a ton of other things. So you've just got too much on your to-do list and it's probably just exhausting. So your business has probably become, far too time consuming for you. And even if you are seeing some success with Instagram, it's probably draining. But it shouldn't be that way because most likely you started out with PMU to be your own boss, to have more freedom, to have a greater income. But with posting on social media, I'm sure you found that you can't have that at all. But I do want to say that it's not your fault because you were probably told to post on social media. Like, here are just a few examples that I found. There's just like so much out there that just tells you, that really like pushes you to constantly post on social media as a way to get clients. So, even if it is working for you a bit, like you do find that you are getting clients from there, but it has just become a hassle and time consuming to have to post on there, then it's not your fault because even though you should have a presence on Instagram, like a portfolio, in a way, you don't need to constantly be pushing out content on there to try and use it to get clients. Because the fact is that posting on social media, and I'm gonna be showing you now, it can't take you where you want to go with the business, especially if your goals are, to be able to just focus on doing the actual treatments that you probably love doing, to be able to enjoy more time with family and go on more holidays, and to be able to build a predictable and consistent PMU business that, gets new clients predictably, basically, and a business that really, runs without you having to handle absolutely everything. Then, yeah, so again, Instagram was really not made for that, and it's not like the right strategy in a way to be able to achieve these goals if those are your goals, because the fact is that Meta was built for content consumption. It was meant to keep people scrolling, not booking PMU treatments. And here are some more reasons as to why like Instagram really isn't like suitable for those goals. So the first reason is that Instagram is inconsistent because essentially the algorithm gods, the actual Instagram algorithm becomes your new boss. They decide which posts get engagement, which posts get views. So, some reels may get 2,000 views because the algorithm decides to push it. Then, other reels, they might just get like about 200. So you have no control over who sees your content or when or like how many people see your content. So you're left gambling on attention, really. The second reason is that Instagram is unscalable. So essentially you're stuck on the content hamster wheel of having to constantly post content to constantly get new clients, basically. So if you take a break and you're not pushing out content, then you're not getting new visibility and you're not getting new clients. So you basically need to constantly be working in the business to get new clients. So you won't be able to grow unless you work harder by pushing out more content. So without a system, you'll never be able to scale beyond your time, really. So the third reason here is that Instagram isn't really where the buyers are at. So where, the people who are ready to book PMU treatments right now are. So 78% of people that are ready to book PMU treatments, where do they go? They don't go to Instagram, they don't scroll hoping to find a PMU artist. They go to Google and search them up. So, because that way they know that they're going to find someone. So even though like younger people, maybe like those under 30, maybe some of them will be searching on Instagram, but especially if you serve a slightly older clientele, like 35 plus, then if they're tired of looking at their brows in the mirror and, not liking what they see, or, lips liner, then, they're going to want to get rid of that pain now, and they're not going to scroll on social media and just hope that they're going to find a PMU artist. No, if they're ready to book, they're going to go straight to Google. So that's where the buyers are going. That's where the people who are ready to book now are going, and they're not just scrolling on Instagram. And the fourth reason is that Instagram doesn't allow you to optimize what's working. So basically, Instagram or Facebook, they don't let you see which post led to which inquiry that you got a booking from. So then you can't decide to make more of that post and like capitalize on what's working. So it only shows you how many views you got on your reel. But the thing is that views don't equal bookings, and likes don't equal leads, and followers don't equal revenue. So if you have like read this or heard this and thought, okay, but what if I just hire a social media manager? Then I'll just be able to delegate the posting, and then since I am getting maybe a couple bookings from him right now, then if I just delegate it, then I won't have to do anything, and I can just get those bookings passively. But the thing is that a social media manager, they're still going to need your approval to post certain things. They're going to need your voice, so you're going to have to put in some work and like creating the content for them to edit, and then they're going to need your face, photos, videos that you need to take, and also your time in just going back and forth and speaking with them and telling them what sort of branding you want, all that stuff. So the only thing you gain really by paying $5K plus a year to a social media manager is just not having to edit posts and writing some captions. But that's basically it. So you're essentially still back in the content hamster wheel, but just with someone else inside your account. So unless you do hire like a 35K a year plus assistant who will be full-time in your studio to handle everything with social media, which will probably skyrocket overheads and maybe even half your profit margins, then Instagram will never be able to get new clients for you like passively and just on autopilot. So now that we've covered that, let me show you the secret system that PMU artists are using right now instead of posting on Instagram to actually get clients consistently and predictably, and without them having to consistently put new effort in and create new posts to get new clients. So it's what I call the PMU Freedom Engine, and I've done a drawing. I will just switch the tab and show you. So this is basically how it works. So let me zoom out for a sec. So it's got a couple of different steps. But let me just show you the first step. So the first step is we have a potential client. So this is your potential client over here. Let me annotate that. Okay, so this is your potential client. So her name is Mary and she lives in your area. So Mary has done all her research. So she knows what PMU brows can do for her basically. And she knows she wants to get permanent makeup because she knows it can give her the results that she wants. So she's already done all her research over a couple of months, and now she's ready to find a PMU artist and she's ready to book. So she grabs her phone and she goes to Safari or Google or whatever, and she searches microblading near me. And when she searches that, the way it works with the PMU Freedom Engine is that we run Google Ads. But if you tried Google Ads before, I'll show you in a sec how our Google Ads actually work and why they actually work to get results. But basically, you're gonna come up at the top just because of that Google ad. So you're gonna come up first when she searches that. So because you're first, you're just gonna build more credibility just by her seeing you at the top. And then also statistically about 70 to 75% of clicks will go to you just by being at the top, and that's just a Google statistic. So as you can see, your competition's down here. So she finds you first and she clicks onto the page about you. And then after that step, so she gets taken to, so not your homepage, but it's actually something called a landing page, and that basically gets clients to book without you needing to make content. So basically, both the ad here and this thing called a landing page, which I'll explain what that is in a sec, this is something that you make once, it takes a couple of hours of your time one time, and then it runs passively in the background for you 24/7. I'll be talking about like the benefits in a second for you, but basically this is something you make once, and then it runs for you in the background to get bookings consistently for you without you needing to make any like new posts, without you needing to follow content schedule and all that stuff. This, you set it up once and it just runs in the background. Okay, so in terms of what a landing page is, I'll be showing you an example in a sec. But basically, instead of running the ad here, the Google ad here, to a homepage, Instead, we run it to a landing page, and basically, a landing page is just focused on what the person clicked on, which what I recommend you do is browse. So you make the ad about browse, and you show up when someone searches microblading me. Then you make the page about browse, and it's just going to be focused on that one thing. So it's not going to have any extra links like a homepage would. It's just got one thing, and basically what that does, it just makes the journey for Mary, your potential customer, it just makes it far simpler. She doesn't get confused by clicking onto different links and seeing different having to search across your website for different pieces of information. So it just gets way more people to book in than you would if you ran it to a homepage. So if you have tried Google Ads before and you ran them to a homepage, that's why they didn't work. I can guarantee that. So instead, you need a landing page, which I'll be showing you in a sec. And then after that, Mary, your potential client, has read a bit about you on the page, and yeah, she understood about why you're better than others and all that stuff. Then basically, she contacts you either via WhatsApp, text, or whatever, and then instead of you having to reply to the messages, um, basically it's all handled by an AI assistant, like your own personal AI assistant. I'll be linking you to a video on exactly how to build that step by step. But it's actually very easy to implement, and it means that you'll never have to reply to inquiries again. So this whole thing, this whole system that I'm showing you here, it will be able to run for you in the background, and you don't even have to do anything. So you don't have to consistently push out new content to get clients. This is something, like I said, you start up once, and then it gets new clients in consistently, just passively. Yeah, like literally while you sleep, because the AI is responding to the inquiries for you. So yeah, it all combines perfectly for you, basically. So then yeah, Mary becomes your client, and then the process repeats 10, 20, 30 times every single month, predictably. And yeah, the daily work that you need to do to get new clients is zero, because this is something you set up once, and then it runs just in the background. So in terms of the actual ad that I recommend you use, so here it is. So you can screenshot it. This is my highest performing ad. This one generated 4x return on investment. So that basically means, what, if you put in $1,000, you get 4,000 out. So yeah, this is something you can screenshot and use. Obviously, just swap it out for your own unique information, like there, and obviously location. But basically, this is quite easy for you to copy. And if you want the full step-by-step video on how to actually create the Google Ads account and all that stuff step by step, from actually starting up the ad to actually getting your first booking, then I'll also link my video below on that. And then afterwards, let me show you the landing page example. So here is a template of the landing page, which works really well. So as you can see, it's got the square brackets. So when you screenshot this, then you can just swap out for your own information, and this also performs really well. So as you can see, it's got no extra links up here. So the only thing that Mary can do when she lands on this page, your potential client, is book a brow consultation. So that's the only thing she can do, so she doesn't get confused by seeing like a bunch of different other treatments like liner, lip blush, maybe even aesthetics treatments, all that stuff. She only sees brows, and that's exactly what she wanted to see. So that's why it gets more bookings. But yeah, let me scroll down. Zoom in. Okay, so that's how that works. And then the video on how to set up the AI that replies to all your inquiries, that will also be linked below, but it looks like that. Okay, so that's in terms of how it actually works. And now let's talk about, why it's actually better for you, and yeah, what's in it for you really. So the first main point is that you get predictable bookings, without the Instagram inconsistency that you get on there. So essentially, you're paying for Google to guarantee that you're shown at the top of Google every single month. So as long as the ad performs, which it will based on the ad I've shown you, your bookings will be consistent and predictable just month after month. And the second reason is that it runs passively 24/7, so you can basically get clients whilst you're on holiday, whilst spending time with family, whatever you like doing, without feeling overwhelmed or stressing over, what to post on Instagram to get clients, because if you don't post and you don't get clients. So, once set up, like I said before, your Google ad will run in the background and just attract clients to you just on autopilot. So you don't have to go out posting to find clients that way. You're going to literally set this up, and then the clients will come to you, and you'll be able to stop posting on social media. Yeah, literally. And just basically sit back whilst the ad works for you. So that's literally leverage to get bookings for you. And whilst you're away or sick or on holiday, like I said, the ad is still up running and you have the AI responding to inquiries. So your business will basically be running for you. So you'll still get new clients every single month, even if you're not actually working to get them, if that makes sense. So, and another point here is that if you do want to grow and get more bookings, all you need to do is just up the ad budget to get more results. So your business growth basically. So let's say you do have goals to scale to like 6, 7 figures, basically just becomes math. So once you have this ad up and running, you know how many clients you're going to get each month. If you spend X, then all you need to do is increase X to get more of Y, which is clients or revenue. And the third reason is that you get ready to book clients. So people searching microblading me, they're ready to book. They're not going to like ghost you in the DMs because they've just heard about permanent makeup and they're still not sure about getting a tattoo on their face. So they already know how PMU works and they're just looking for the go-to artist near them. Okay, so I believe that's it. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that is it in terms of the video. I will have the Google Ads step-by-step link below, and then I will have the AI assistant video link below as well. But yeah, that's it. If you do want me to implement it all for you, so you can get all of this just on autopilot without you even having to lift a finger, then you can also click the link below and book a call with me. That's it in terms of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Hope it was valuable to you. If it was, yeah, comment down below if you have any questions. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.